Alright everyone, welcome back to my Devil May Cry 4 S-Rank guide, and today I'm going to be helping you with mission 3. And in this mission you're going to want to be looking out for a lot of orbs, especially there's a couple of orbs caches we have to get, so just make sure you grab those, so just follow the video and you'll be okay. But okay, first of all there's a couple of scarecrows to kill, so do whatever you want to them. As always, they're easy as hell to kill, so just do what you want to them. Just vary up your moves, not do the same thing to build up as much style as possible, and you'll be alright here. Then once you kill them, just make sure you don't progress to the level yet, because we are going to be beating up a red orb crystal first. So once you kill the last scarecrow, you want to go back into the shaft and you want to go to the left because there's a red orb crystal hidden here. So you want to smack it to gain the orbs, and once you break it, then you can continue with the level. And in this mission, a couple of new enemies are introduced, so you're not just going to be fighting scarecrows and assaults all the time. So hopefully I'll help you deal with them. But okay, once you break the crystals, there's going to be a couple of grapple points here, and you're going to want to use them to continue on with the level. But once you get up, do not continue the level yet, because there's a red orb here and we have to get it. So just jump down to the left and then you should get it. Then if you fall down, it's okay, it's no big deal. You can just go back up with the grapple points, but you can just jump up here after you get the red orb. And in this room now, a couple of more scarecrows will spawn. This is again another really easy fight, so try to get your rank above an S so that you can get more style points while fighting. So again, keep doing different moves and you should be alright here. And I guess while you're in this fight or in this opening part of the mission, you could try practicing your exceed timing so that you get better at it, because exceeds really do help in this game. They do a lot more damage. But okay, here's the last scarecrow. I blast a charge shot at him, the charge shot explodes and it kills him. So once you're done here, you want to continue on with the level. There isn't exactly much orbs to collect, so just keep on pushing on with the level, and then you get outside the cave. And once you get outside, there's going to be a pathway slightly to the left, and you're going to want to climb that up because there's going to be a red orb on top. So do a little bit of parkour here, grab the orb, and then you can move on with the level. There's going to be some pillars that you can break. You don't have to, they only give out green orbs which give you health, so if you lost some health in the previous fights, it might be a good idea to break those, but if you're looking for red orbs, you don't have to bust those. So just keep on going. We're going to be fighting Frost soon, so you're going to want to get ready for that. Those were the pillars there, the small ones, so you can break those for green orbs. But alright, once you get on this bridge, you're going to have to fight Frost. And you can't launch them instantly like you could do with scarecrows and stuff, so what you're going to want to do is either devil trigger, that will do it, or you're going to have to beat them up for a bit beforehand. You're going to have to do a couple of basic hits with Red Queen first, and then you'll be able to launch them in the air. You'll just have to know on which hit you'll be able to launch them. Now here's a good tip for them too. You might notice that you can't always snatch them. Sometimes they'll be able to dodge your snatch. But if you see the Frost wind up an attack, whenever they're in the middle of an attacking animation, you're able to snatch them and bring them closer to you. So that will be a good opportunity to then start attacking them or buster them, whatever you want to do to them. When you see them in an animation, you can snatch them. So that's something to note. And also, when they change into the big ice crystal, you want to break that as soon as possible, because if you don't, they will regain health. So you want to make sure you bust those crystals quickly. And once you kill these Frost, there's actually going to be two orb caches that you're going to want to grab. So one is on the pillar on the left here, and then the other one is right on the other side. So just make sure you get those and then you can continue. And if you lost health during this fight, again, there are these small pillars you can break and they're going to give you green orbs. So just if you lost health, make sure you grab those. But alright, now you're going to want to cross this bridge and head into Fortuna Castle. There's a cutscene here, you can skip it, it's fine, doesn't matter. And then you want to enter here, and once you enter, there's going to be a crap ton of stuff you're going to have to break to get some orbs. So enter the door, and then you're going to see a crap load of chairs, so we're going to get to breaking them. The best way you could do this is charge up your exceed gauge to level 3, and then you could just streak through them. That's going to break most of the chairs. And you're going to be breaking these chairs a couple of times throughout the game, so just get used to it, I suppose. And once you finish on this side, there's more chairs on the other side, so just make sure that you don't forget those, because again, you need to get the orb requirements. So once you bust up the ones on this side, make sure to go and get the other side too. So yeah, I go up to the other side. As you can see, I have a level 3 streak, and that's gonna break a lot of the chairs. That's a really quick way to do it. Charge up your exceed to level 3 and then just streak through. It's really easy. But okay, once you finish breaking all the chairs, there's gonna be a door on the right side, so you're gonna want to go through that to continue on with the level. So I'm just breaking the chairs, and now I'm going through the door. And through this door, there's gonna be a couple of basilisks, which are the dog enemies you're gonna be fighting throughout this game. So just make sure that you kill them to get extra style. And as Nero, they're not too bad to kill. You can shoot a level 3 charge shot at them. You can snatch them so they get closer to you, and then while they're on the ground, you can smack them a bunch and then bust through them to finish them off. So they're not too bad as Nero. As Dante, they're a little more annoying, but we'll get there when we get there. Some of their attacks might be annoying to deal with, like their projectiles. You're gonna have to look out for them and then dodge or jump to get iframes. But overall, they're not too bad to deal with. Snatch them and then just beat them up. And I kind of did this in an annoying way because I decided to kill them first and then go back around to do the collectibles. I could have just killed one, grabbed the red orb, killed the next one, grabbed the red orbs in that area and such, but I decided to just kill them all first and then run back for the red orbs. But that's fine. Maybe it might even make it easier for you to follow what we're breaking. I don't know. But alright, you want to go back to the beginning of this hallway where you came through the door, and then there's going to be like these candle holders you're going to want to break. I'm pretty sure the candle holders anyway, I actually don't know. But anyway, run back. You don't have to go through that door in this mission, so just leave that alone and start breaking this. break one, and there's two in this area by this gate here, so just break those two. And then you're going to want to go to where the green orb is. You'll know it when you see it. It's where the blue walled off door is, and then there's a green orb there too. And then there's going to be 4 there, and you're going to want to break them. There's 2 on each side. That's 1, that's 2. And then you want to run to the other side here, break the 3rd one and the 4th one, and then you want to continue on. There's 2 more that you're going to want to break, but they're by the door that we have to go through, so it's okay. They're pretty hard to miss, so just break those and then you can go through the door. And once you go through this door, there's going to be a couple of gladiuses, which are the flying swords, and also scarecrows. And the gladiuses, there's a couple of ways you can deal with them. You can lock onto them, snatch them, and then buster them. And then while you are bustering them, try to lock onto another enemy so that you throw the gladius at them, which will damage both the gladius you threw and the enemy you threw it at. And then when you see them flash yellow and start spinning around like crazy, that means they're charging up an attack. If you shoot a charge shot at them, that will basically insta-kill them. And when you attack them normally, sometimes they'll crash into the ground and you can like grab another gladius, and then that would kill both of them, just like I'm about to do here. Watch this. Boom. That killed the 2 of them. And then scarecrows, of course, you can just beat them up however you want. Like always, just make sure to do different moves so that you build up your style. I know I've been repeating this a lot throughout this guy, but seriously, the scarecrows are so easy to kill, so don't waste your opportunity to build up your style on them by doing the same moves. And once you're done killing these guys here, you're going to be doing some grappling once you climb up the next staircase. And you're going to want to watch out when doing it, because when you fall down, you are going to have to do another fight. It is not the end of the world if you fall down though, because you could use that as an opportunity to build more style. Like I'm going to fall down because I wasn't paying attention. And that's okay, because your time will still be fine as long as you get through the next fight with scarecrows pretty quickly if you fall down. And again, you can use it as an opportunity to build more style, so it's cool. But okay, here is where I fall down because again, I wasn't paying attention, so unfortunate. But okay, now you get to fight more scarecrows. And I choose to speed up the gameplay here a bit because we already know how to fight scarecrows, so I'm not gonna have you sit through a fight that you don't even have to do if you do the platforming correctly. But okay, once you climb back up, I'm gonna tell you how to do these grapple points because some of them can be a bit trickier. So this one you just do normally, there is nothing gimmicky. So is this one. Then this one you just have to wait till they align. And then for this next one, the second all 3 of them are on screen, you want to start grappling because the first one that spawns can disappear quite quickly. Then here you want to wait until both of them spawn at the same time and then start grappling. And then again on this one, you just want to wait till they line up. So just wait for it and then start grappling when they're close to the middle. There are also spikes on the ceiling there, which if you hit them, then you'd get knocked down. So the best thing I could teach you there is to learn the timing. So basically, press the snatch button the second you detach from the last grapple point. Alright, so now when you enter this room, you're going to want to go up and there's going to be a couple of red orbs you're going to want to grab. And the best way to get the red orbs cache up there is to charge up your exceed to level 3, do a high roller, which is block on back triangle, and then just jump off of the wall. And then when you got that, you're going to want to go through this door and we're going to be fighting frosts now. And some of frost attacks might be slightly annoying to dodge. For example, the one where they jump in the air and then when they get back down, they form a giant amount of ice on the ground. For that, what you want to do is stop attacking and then just run out of the radius. You're better off just stopping attacking and just running. And then once the ice disappears, go back to attacking. When they shoot up projectiles, it might also be a bit annoying. They might catch you off guard like they just did there to me. So you're going to want to look out and dodge those. Like I mentioned earlier, when they change into their crystal, you want to start beating the crap out of it because if you don't, they will regain health. So just make sure you destroy that crystal as quick as possible. Do your best to dodge their attacks. I'm not exactly doing well, but it's okay. As long as you don't die, you'll be fine. Remember that when they're mid animation, you can snatch them and then you can do whatever you want to them. And yeah, and when you can, just keep on bashing them. I mentioned this in the last video, but I'm gonna reiterate it here. If you don't have your gun button set to R2, I suggest that you do that because as you can see, I'm throwing out charge shots a lot. So if you switch your gun to R2, you're going to be able to charge it while attacking. So you're going to be able to shoot charge shots more, which do a lot of damage. So that's always helpful. But alright, finish off the frost. I'm not exactly playing the best here, but that's okay because I get the job done anyway. I feel like this encounter took a lot longer than it should have, but whatever. We're done now. Hopefully you do a bit better than I do. But okay, once you kill the frost, you want to go through that door over there. And alright, once you go through this door, there's absolutely no orbs to collect. So you can just run down the stairs and run to the other side. And then you're gonna go up the stairs on this side and then go through the door over there. And once you go through that door, then you're gonna be fighting more frosts. Technically, you do not have to fight them, but I recommend that you fight every single optional fight that you can. Because unlike Devil May Cry 5, this game gives you style for fighting optional fights. Well, in DMC5, you actually lose style for it. So if you're a Devil May Cry 5 player coming to Devil May Cry 4, you gotta get into the habit of doing every single optional fight. And while we're here, since this fight is basically just the exact same fight as the last one, we're gonna talk about a different mechanic now. It's called camera manipulating. And it works in a way that basically if an enemy is not seen on the camera, they will pacify. They will try to get on camera so that they can get aggressive again, but as long as you don't see them on the camera, they will be pacified. And you can use that to your advantage a lot, like if you need some breathing room when you're on low health, or if you just want to pop charge shots at them from a distance and they cannot do anything about it. This room is a terrible example of it because you can't really get them off screen. But if you're like inside a room and you're just sitting in a corner facing the wall, that would work fine. So just remember to keep that in mind if you're in a room that you might be struggling with. But okay, I'm finishing off the last frost here. A couple of sword smacks into a buster. Oh, and by the way, if there's multiple enemies, try your best to buster in the air because you'll be safer that way than bustering on the ground. If you only have one enemy left, then it's fine, you can buster whatever. But if there's a lot of enemies, try to buster in the air. But okay, when you finally killed all the frost, you want to go down there, and then there's going to be a door on the right, and you want to go through that to continue the level. And now you're going to be on the opposite side of the room, and now you'll be able to turn off the barrier. So go over here, smack this up, turn off the barrier, and then you can proceed. Then when you go through the next door, the next fight is just going to be against a couple of scarecrows, so really easy stuff. And this next room is also going to have a lot of breakables, so you're going to want to make sure that you have broken them all before you leave because you're going to need them for the orb requirement. I'm going to break some of them during the fight right now. You're probably going to end up doing it too, so just make sure that the room is empty before you leave it. But yeah, just fight the scarecrows however you want to, do whatever you want, just vary up your moves. I know I repeat this a lot, but I'm sorry, there's really not much to talk about with the scarecrows. Some of the breakables in this room also have heals, so if you're low on health, definitely make sure to break them to gain some health back. And then this is actually also the second to last fight in the level. After this is just one more fight against a couple of Bianco Angelos and then it's over. There isn't a boss fight in this level, so you don't have to worry about that. But alright, just kill the rest of this room, and then after that we just break the items here and we can then continue on. So this is the last scarecrow dead, and then break all the stuff. There's a couple of things hidden around in the corner, so just make sure you get those. All the stuff in the middle was probably busted during the fight, so just make sure you get everything in the corners. And then once you're certain that you broke everything in the room, you can continue moving forward. I bust up the last few chairs and then I get a move on. So when you get through this door, there's going to be a red orb cache that you're going to want to get. So once you load in, there's going to be a couple of pillars on the side there. So you're going to want to go to the second one, and then you're going to want to jump up and then jump up again. And then there's going to be an orb cache there. So make sure that you get that, and then you can continue on to the last fight of the level. And here we're going to be fighting a couple of Bianco Angelos, like I said. And there's a couple of ways you can fight them. You can blast charge shots at its shield and hit it with your sword until it breaks. Or you can just jump behind it and then smack it from behind. When they start floating like this, you can just snatch up to them or shoot them with your gun. You can do whatever you want to them. Then it's basically free damage. This guy's shield here I actually break, so if you want you can do that. I prefer just jumping behind them and then launching them in the air like that, but each to their own. I buster them and then a couple of more spawn. And while you are comboing them in the air, sometimes they will be able to fly away, like they'll be able to break out and then just float away and prepare an attack. And while you're beside them and you start jumping, they can anti-air you, they can poke you with their lance, so you're going to want to watch out for that. Or if you're juggling one right beside a second one, they can just poke you and then you'll be hit. But okay, I smacked this guy up, my charge shot explodes, so he's dead. And now all you have to do is just get in here, collect the item, and mission over. Here I get an S in time and an S in sal. I get an A in orbs, but that's fine. That's still gonna grant you the S rank. I missed some orbs near the beginning of the frost fight where you have to go back a bit and then you can jump up and there's a couple of orbs to collect. But nevertheless, hope this helps you get an S rank. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, of course, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.